Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video. We're going to be taking the newly EZA'd LR Trunks into ESBR. I'm still incredibly skeptical. I'm still incredibly skeptical over this this EZA. I feel like it's still a decent EZA. It's still good, but it really could have been better. So, you know, still, let me know what you think of down in the comments. As always, before we do get into it, if you could do me a huge favor, drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new. I am actually streaming currently on Twitch. If you want to come catch my streams, link in the description down below. Drop me a follow. We stream all different kind of stuffs on Twitch. We stream some Dokkan, but mainly other games, and we just kind of have a chill vibe time. But without further ado, let's get into it and see how he does. I'm not going to lie. There is no wicked bloodline enemies here, so he won't be getting a guaranteed crit. But he does have a built-in crit anyway, and he's 90% in the dupe system. So I'm still expecting him to be somewhat good. Somewhat good. I'm still expecting him to be good. Not somewhat good. I'm still expecting him to be good anyway. I do need to, of course, get him on rotation. I'm going to be getting him on rotation with this man right here. So we are good there on that front. I don't think we even need to use an item right now, if I'm being completely honest. We should be good without needing to use an item. We should actually be completely fine without needing to use an item. There's enough tankiness on this rotation to survive. Yeah, that's fine. Type advantage as well, only 63k. This Trunks has his extra defense. See, at least one good thing then, since I'm going to be running the EZA LR Trunks on rotation with the EZA Tech SSJ Trunks, I actually have a unit that can go in slot 1 and not have to worry about him. So the EZA LR Trunks can at least be on main rotation in slot 2. The only thing that worries me is he doesn't have a lot of defense. He has 100% defense. I'm pretty sure it's 100%. Yeah, he has 100% defense, and then of course raises his defense by 30% for 6 turns on super, which is okay. I mean, for 6 turns, that kind of makes him pretty much prepared. That kind of basically has his defense up the entirety of one ESBR phase. But I don't know, it's just not enough defense to handle ESBR. It's not enough defense to handle ESBR. I don't think I can even get a super attack off of him. This is a mess. Oh no, we can. At least we're gonna get his defense up for the remainder of the fight then. That's okay. Damn, bro, what's damn bro for? We out here. I mean, the damage output's always gonna be okay. The damage is gonna be good. For the time being, we can have one of my favorite rotations, which is of course this EZA Trunks for the EZA Future Gohan. So I don't mind that. We'll save those Fizz Orbs. Then we'll try to get the stun off with Gotenks. I love this Gotenks one. He's so good. It's so good in Super Battle Road. I'm not gonna lie. I think this EZA Trunks, the LR Trunks, is going to be one of them units where even after super attacking, having that extra defense on super is definitely going to be handy. It's definitely needed, especially with only 100% defense at the start of turn. But I'm not gonna lie, he's definitely gonna be one quite similar to EZA MV, where you're gonna want to use your items around him. Otherwise, you know, he could easily be taking some hefty numbers when it comes to like super attacks. I think basics he'll be good, but a lot of units in the games are fine when it comes to taking double digits or just not a whole lot of damage on basics. But super attacks, you're definitely gonna want to be careful with them. Definitely gonna be careful. I mean, lucky enough, both of these are stunned. So again, I'll save the orbs. I'll save the orbs. Not that we're gonna be in here for too much longer, but yeah, you're definitely gonna need to be careful with this LR Trunks and definitely use your items around him just to be safe, especially when there's a lot of enemies left. But luckily for Trunks, he's on a very tanky category. Hybrid Saiyans is a very good category and a lot of tank on it. Future Saga as well has a few tanky units there, same with Time Travelers. Vegeta's family as well, very strong category. Super Saiyans. He's on a few categories where there's a lot of tank around him. So at least there is that. But in terms of him himself, yeah, the 100% defense and then raising your defense by 30% for 6 turns, he needs it. It's still not ideal. is still not ideal. And even then, if you're not facing extreme class enemies, which in Super Battle Road, you're not always going to be facing extreme class enemies all the time, especially with there predominantly being pure Saiyan enemies in the game. A lot of the time, he's not even going to get his built-in crit, and a lot of the time, he's not even going to be getting his additional attack plus 50%, unless you're in a extreme class enemy focused Super Battle Road. So, I mean, you know, getting all of that passive, all of his passive off, like, conditions at once is good. But as a majority of the enemies in the game are literally pure Saiyans and super class enemies, so I don't know how much defense do he have. He has 119k. I mean, it's okay. I mean, to be fair, it's okay. 100% defense to the start of the turn isn't great, but he is also an LR. It's okay. It's okay. I'm not. He does have type advantage against Raditz, but he's getting attacked by the other two as well. So I'm not risking that. What's on our second rotation right now? We'll go Icarus. We'll go Icarus. I'm not risking it. I don't want to risk it. We'll go. Well, I want you to super attack, so we'll do that. We'll attack Raditz, of course. At least here we are getting the additional attack plus what, 50% for facing an extreme class enemy. So that is good. It means we are doing some extra damage. And the high chance of performing a crit, which is handy. Is handy. Of course, ideally we want to be facing a Wicked Bloodline enemy so we can get that key plus 5. That's. I mean, it is nice getting a built-in crit. I mean, we've seen it with the likes of Dokkan Fest Super Vegeta having a built-in crit. It's very useful. Yeah, nothing. That Trunks is so good. Probably won't do a lot. Yeah, no, literally one super attack and an Icarus. You're not harming him. Not in Super Battle Road. Too much defense. But yeah, it's mainly, like, the built-in crit is nice. As I said, we've seen what a built-in crit can do on every attack. 120k? I didn't even see who super attacked him because I was reading his passive. I can only... Actually, no, Raditz already super attacked, but that's with an Icarus. So type neutral with an Icarus active, he took 120k after he supered, which is alright. But that's with an Icarus active, so if you didn't have the Icarus active, you're probably talking like 200k on a super attack. You know, his defense is not the best. Definitely not the worst, but definitely not the best. His defense is okay. You probably, as I said, will have to kind of watch him with items here and there, depending on how many enemies are left and where your health is sitting, etc. Do I want to depend on just an Icarus here? Actually, we can give him quite a few orbs, but I'm not gonna lie, I don't trust that. We'll hit you. Because then Gotenks will hit everyone and then kill Raditz. And then we'll hit Vegeta with the type advantage. So yeah, his defense definitely isn't the worst. And he's not going to be terrible here. But he definitely... You will have to watch him here and there. You will have to keep your eye on where your health is sitting. And, you know, who's attacking where. How many times is he getting hit. How many possible times could you get super attacked. With how many attacks he's taken. But at least from what I've seen with an Icarus active, he should be able to handle himself. As long as he's in slot 2 or slot 3, you never want to be putting this guy in slot 1. Otherwise, you're asking for your run to be completely obliterated. Like, you're asking for yourself to lose. As long as he's in slot 2 or slot 3, LR Trunks should be able to handle himself. I do still think his EZA is a little bit lackluster. I do still think it's not as good as it probably could be. Obviously, some of those reasonings are probably obvious, you know, with the potential future Trunks coming, you know, at some point down the line and etc. I do still think it could have been better. I do still think it could have been a little bit better. But that's just my personal opinion. As I said before in his showcase, I don't think he's bad. He's not a bad EZA. I just don't think he's as good as he could have been. And of course, especially with that part of his passive where ideally you want to be facing a Wicked Bloodline enemy. Of course, you're not always going to be facing Wicked Bloodline enemies, so losing on that extra key plus 5. It's a little bit of you're taking a little bit of a hit with him. It's a little bit of a detriment to kind of lose out on the key plus 5 as you're seeing, because it's not that easy. Like, it's not terrible and it's not bad. We're obviously getting super attacks off with him, which is good, because on his 12 key, he still raises his defense by 30% for 6 turn, just like his 18 key. But It means we're losing out on some of the damage, which isn't the be-all and end-all on Dokkan events nowadays, but we are losing out on some damage. We are getting super attacks off. But as you're seeing, it's not as easy to get his 18 ki off consistently. To be fair, I don't think we've got his 18 ki off once so far. It is a little bit more difficult to get his 18 ki off consistently while running him with a good or usable unit for the harder events in the game for Super Battle Road. Like, he doesn't even link too badly with the Trunks, but we have him, of course, on rotation with the Trunks because this is a unit that can handle Super Battle Road. Of course, we could put him on rotation with any unit we like, but then obviously, you know, if they're not good enough to handle Super Battle Road or, you know, Goku or Vegeta event, and they're going to take too much damage, have bad defense, all that type of things, they're going to get you killed. So running him in slot 2 with a unit that can handle themselves in slot 1, obviously it's affecting us getting his 18 ki off a bit more, which is going to be a detriment with him, but at least we're not struggling with ki to the point where we can't get super attack with him. So, you know, it's kind of like a double-edged sword there. So yeah, as I said, that ki +5 that you need to be facing against Wicked Bloodline enemies to get off, I'm not gonna lie, it's a little bit frustrating. We're gonna get our health back anyway. I'm gonna go Usher. No, not Usher, Yema. I'm gonna go Yema because we're gonna get a Dokkan attack off. So yeah, as I said, his EZA is not bad. It's just not as good as it could be. Like, it's okay. It's okay. And unfortunately, it's okay to have... I was gonna say it's okay to have okay EZAs, which it is. It's fine to have okay EZAs, but when you're EZAing one of the older LRs, I don't know, I expected this EZA to be better than it actually is. I think that's it. I think I just expected him to be better, but maybe that's me expecting too much also, which could easily be the case. But at the moment, as I said, he's not bad. He can handle himself here. I don't doubt he could probably handle himself in the Goku and Vegeta event as well. Again, you're probably going to watch him with items when it comes to the Goku event or the GT Goku event. How much it's going to do? Not too much. Vegeta event, he should be good. GT Goku event, you're probably going to have to watch him with items, especially with the bit like the extra damage and a little bit harder it can be. But as I said, running him on a rotation, if you are going to be running him on main rotation, that is, running him with a unit that can handle themselves in these type of events, or especially handle themselves in slot 1, is not overly common. Like, there are units, but he doesn't link that well with them. Like, for example, Ultimate Gohan can go in slot 1 very easily in these events, but they share one link together, which is Cold Judgment, which is a good link. You know, I love that link. But that's not going to help Trunks. You know, even here, this guy can handle himself fantastically in slot 1 after, like, literally one super attack. Trunks link's okay with him. But, you know, as I said, ideally you want to be getting the 18 ki off to get that extra damage in, especially when he doesn't have the most defense. Like, you don't even have 120k, you know, before supering. And even now, I'm literally contemplating on not taking all of these orbs so I can super attack with Trunks to give him the extra defense. I think I'm gonna go Icarus because, like, I need to super attack with the LR Trunks, otherwise he is he's gonna be open to a bit of damage. I just realized Broly was stunned. Never mind, that's kind of my L. Broly was stunned, but still, the sentiment still applies. The sentiment still applies. If Broly wasn't stunned, I would still need to have used an item there in order to make sure, and also avoid super attacking with the EZA Tech Trunks to make sure the LR Trunks super attacked. Even then, his numbers are solid, but even then, for an LR, his like an EZA LR, his numbers aren't ridiculous. But to be fair, he does have a built-in crit, so there is that. He does have a built-in crit. So that's probably why his numbers aren't overly ridiculous of where I'd probably want them to be, which is kind of understandable. But with my personal opinion, with the way units are like putting out numbers nowadays, I mean, does it really matter if he's putting out like a 6 million attack stat on his 18 ki? Especially with how difficult it seems to be, like, to actually get it off. Unless, again, you're facing Wicked Bloodline enemies, which you're not always going to be doing. But one major good thing is about his EZAs, and I've said this about a lot of the older EZAs, or a lot of the older units getting EZAs, Before this, you never probably would have considered taking the LR Trunks into Super Battle Road, Goku, or Vegeta event nowadays, because you just wouldn't be able to handle it. At least now, he is now a viable option again. He is now usable in current Dokkan. He is usable to take into harder events again, which is nice. It gives you an extra option, especially if you're lacking newer units, better units. You know, he's now usable again. So that is, of course, one major positive. But I mean, EZA, a unit getting an EZA does that anyway. Like, you expect an EZA to make a unit usable in harder events anyway. But at least you can use him now. But I mean, we cleared that easy. Like, really easy. Not as easy as the previous one we did on the EZA Tech SJ Trunks, but we still cleared that very easily. But as I said, at some points, running him with a capable unit in the harder events and actually getting his 18 key off consistently doesn't seem to be very easy. Defense isn't the best, so you're going to want to watch him with items. But at the end of the day, as long as you're careful with him and you do kind of run your items around with him a little bit, depending on how many times he's getting attacked, he can handle himself. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I still think he's slightly lackluster, but at least he is usable. I'll see you next video, guys, and peace!